Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Rob Squad and the Creators. This has been so much fun being able to do this with these amazing artists. But before we get into what we have today, if you guys are new here, you are here with your boy Jay.
Hey y'all, you're also here with your girl Amber, and it's been so great to have the brilliant and, may I say, charming Mr. Colin Young back with us, who has another song for us to listen to. Mr. Colin Young, welcome back to Rob Squad and the Creators.
It is wonderful to be back. Thank you. I think we're going to listen to Morning Sun. And Morning Sun was recorded on the ridgetop in my little studio that I had just built next to my house up there. I grew up in New York City, and then I went to college in New York City, but I was at NYU. It was in the Village, and I'd walk to class, and I'd have to walk up 3 stories, and there's windows and I'm seeing these people in the afternoon kind of gathering around. A lot of them were playing instruments. And I'm thinking, like, what am I doing in here studying French literature? I don't give a, I need to be out there with them. And
that's where it's at.
I quit at the end of the year, but then I was on the Lower East Side when I started my career for another 5 or 6 years. So when the Youngbloods in 1967, we flew into San Francisco to play the Avalon Ballroom. Never been there. And this was at the beginning of the Summer of Love. So everything was blowing my mind. Everybody in the street was smiling at me. And I thought, they don't know. And they can't all be high. Why is everyone smiling? I was raised in New York. You don't smile at people unless you're going to hit them up with change. So I was about to learn something. So into the Avalon Ballroom and that night, and just a big crowd, more hair than I had ever seen in my life. And big clouds of dope smoke rolling across the stage, and people just totally into the music with their eyes closed, dancing and moving around. And it was so different than what was happening in New York. I mean, I think 15 minutes into that set, I looked around and I said, "Hey guys, we're going to move here, right?" And everybody said,
Yeah,
it's cool.
The sooner the better. So we did. We went home to New York, finished an album. So I built this little house up on the last ridge before the sea, a little north of San Francisco, because I wanted to live in the country. I'd always wanted to live in the country and spent most of my life in cities and apartments. So when they were putting the house up, it's on a steep hill and on poles, and they just got the floor up, and I climbed up a ladder, and I'm standing on the floor, and I'm in the woods. I'm surrounded by trees. So when he says, "I wake up in the treetops," by the time we had built a second story for the bedroom, I would have been 2/3 of the way up these 100-foot pine trees. So I was really, that's why I was waking up in the treetops, because of this house. And I felt so much a part of the forest. Like, I felt the trees like beings, like they were alive. I think those feelings had grown in me. I'm looking at my friends, the trees outside the window here, and they're nodding at me. Waving and saying, "Right on, brother, right on."
I mean, that's beautiful in itself, right there. Just being having that feeling of being one with nature. Now, I've always been in the city. She's the country girl.
I've had a hard time. I'm sorry, but Liz, I could listen to you talk. I could listen to you sing, but the way you describe things is so beautiful. So when you're sitting here and
such a narrator voice,
right? I love how it's almost like the morning sun directed you to where your fate was supposed to go. Like it shined right where that music was, and your heart like felt that tug. But when you sit here and you describe that feeling of being out in the nature and the pine trees, I grew up with pine trees that kind of lined our little white fence line. We had 10 acres out in the
Huge
woods.
ones too.
And they're so my favorite. I like to say my first music was just being outside and closing my eyes and listening to the birds and listening to the animals. The wind rustled through the trees, and there's so much beauty in just that sound. And just walking down the road and smelling that pine and smelling the nature around you. It's honestly, it's so comforting. It's beautiful. When you described it, you took me back to that place. I'm sitting here and I can't imagine how beautiful the song is going to be if it has that much meaning to how we even got to the lyrics in the first place.
And we had a boy on the way, and I was feeling the same thing for my family that I was feeling for the hawks and the deer. I mean, I was really feeling like on the highest spirit level we were one, all creation. So, and I wanted to capture that in a song, and boy, this is the one, I think.
Wow, that's deep.
So that I would not forget what this was like, no matter where I ended up.
That is like such like an ethereal, like cool type of like experience and just overall feeling.
I'm really big into spirituality as well. So how you described of that feeling of one and that calming sense in that time in your life of everything that was so profound happening and it being captured in the song. Oh my gosh, I'm so delighted to listen.
I'm ready to jump right into it. Guys, we're ready to check it out. Make sure y'all like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that post notification bell so you never miss a video. Again, put your hands together for Mr. Jesse Collins Young. We're ready to check it out.
All right, let's do it.
Sun has come, shine the darkness from my eyes. Yeah, and I wake up in the treetops. Well, I got you by my side. There's a sweet smile on your face, and your hair is all undone. Yeah, and I feel that we are one when the morning sun has come. When the morning sun has come, yeah, and I wake up with a smile. Oh, and I walk out on the ridge top, yeah, and I sit there for a while, and I watch a red-tailed hawk fly in circles around the sun. Yeah, and I feel that we are one when the morning sun has come.
Oh, yeah.
When the morning sun has come,
Oh, that piano.
shine the darkness from my eyes. Yeah, I listen in the stillness. Yeah, and I hear my little baby cry. And I look into the face of a life that's just begun. But I feel that we are one. The morning sun has come.
Amber, when we first started this channel, like she's the one who really got us into like the soft rock and the folk, and then over time she's pulled me over there. But this is just—it's such a happy song. He mentioned there a little bit paraphrase. Feels as if we're all one when the sun comes up, and that line It's right there. I mean, you could put literally with so many things. It's still relevant in today's.
I feel like you just always hit my soul. You always just hit my soul, like always hit it. But this song right here in particular, I find extremely beautiful and enlightening, and I love the appreciation for every aspect in life. Like the things you're describing, like people would say are the simple things, like seeing your baby smile, having the warmth of the person you live next to you, just sitting up and being in the pines, or seeing a lazy hawk circle in the sky. Those might sound simple, but to me, in those moments, that's when you feel the most alive. And I love that you are singing about these most beautiful moments, but you've put such lively music behind it that it also captures the happiness, that those small moments that you're going to remember forever, it captures all the happiness that is and what it feels like to see the morning sunrise, which is just beautiful in its own way.
Yes, you captured that. Wow, Amber.
Hey, I'm telling you, she's on it.
Yes, it's wonderful to hear. My friend Earthquake, he's no longer with us. He left the band fairly early on, but he was a harmonica player and very, very soulful. Did a beautiful job.
Very, very soulful.
And then another fellow who didn't stay in the band, but this is the only cut on the Song for Julie album that has the harmony lead guitars. In the Youngbloods, we had never done that because I could never figure that stuff out. It's hard enough for me to play. So when Eddie Ottenstein came up with this and said, Jess, let me put some harmonies on that. And I said, really? How do you do that? He said, oh, just do it by ear, man. I'll watch. And so I let him go out there, and he took his Les Paul and just, I think in 40 minutes we had it. And
that's nuts.
40 minutes with the song that has this much liveliness to it. And because I'm thinking I was so in love with the piano and I was so in love with the guitar that harmonica came in, like it ripped through my soul and just like shined pure happiness into it. I love a good harmonica, but the ones that have that much just a feeling of brightness to it, that's like the perfect pairing for harmonica. So to know that a song like this came about in 40 minutes, I can just imagine the musical magic that had to have been flowing for us to get this this masterpiece.
Yeah, these songs, I built that studio for live music, and we recorded that track, and my vocal is all live.
Wow.
The keyboards, the bass. The bass, when I brought this song in and we started rehearsing it, I said to my bass player, David Hayes, wonderful player, I said, try the bass line to Knock on Wood. I'm hearing Knock on Wood here.
It's like thunder, lightning. The way you love me is frightening. I better knock on wood, baby.
So, just all the different things that came, and then Earthquake. This was really organic. That was an overdub that came later, but we may have played it live like that. And to realize that I had captured both those guys who would both kind of drift off and drift out of my life. But they were there then, and I got them.
Right, that's beautiful.
Beautiful music was made.
Let's get back.
When the morning sun has gone, shine the darkness from my eyes, and I wake up and the treetops darling. Oh, and I got you by my side. There's a sweet smile on your face.
Yeah.
And your hair is all undone. Oh, and I feel that we are one. When the morning sun has gone.
Mm.
Vibes. With the vibes, really nice. I don't know how I got into getting somebody to come in and play vibes, but it just adds to the cheeriness of the whole thing.
You know, it's so much different than the other two songs they introduced us to, which is different from the first one, and that's the great thing about music. You know, you specifically, so like you got something for both of us. Like I said, that one, you know, is she loves her soft rock. The dark. I love just the guitar work in it. So that's one of the coolest things, and one of my favorite things. You know, getting to do this, we get the backstories with you guys, how these songs were created, because getting those stories to me adds an effect to the song.
Especially in a song like this, when I hear you mention the note about the pine trees, and like before we even started, I visually pictured what you had described, how you started off with one level, and then by the time you had the second floor, but you were in the pine trees, and you were visually seeing that too. So yeah. I loved getting that, and then paying a little bit closer attention to the lyrics there, and knowing how much that meant. But my favorite part, honestly, I left at the end how I thought it was going to finish in a serious note, but instead you guys brought it right back up to like a very, very cheerful, you know, a bright nature. So I love that. We finished off the song not too serious, but still very alive and happy. It was really cool.
No, it was a lot of fun. And again, thank you so much for coming on the channel and giving us these three amazing songs. And
my pleasure.
I hope one day we can get you back on here to introduce us to some more.
I love it.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much. We hope you guys had an amazing time with us and with Mr. Jesse Colin Young. The music, you got most of you guys have already heard it. Again, it's our first time hearing it, and there will definitely be some more on the channel coming up. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. But as we always send you guys out of here, we love you, we thank you, we appreciate you. Remember, every single day that y'all wake up, it is a blessing, and that you are blessed. And for your new family members, to hit that subscribe button down below. We welcome you guys to the RSR family, but y'all will go every day just like we do. Let them know, Mom.
All right, y'all. All you have to do is go out in this world and make somebody smile.
We love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic time. Again, thank you, Jesse. Until next time.
Man. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys later.
All right.
When the morning sun has come, shine the dark